The heavy oil show has always been a major economic boost for the border city. As Naramanisa reports, the three-day event has brought in thousands of people from around the world, which means thousands of dollars into the economy.
The show draws many from around the world. Some of those in attendance hail from places such as China, South America, and the U.S., looking to take in the latest innovations and technologies. And with more than 200 exhibitors, there's plenty of business to be had. And the boom in tourism is providing an economic boost for the city.
It's a fantastic event in a few different ways.
Ward Reed with Lloydminster Economic Development says hosting the event is a financial gain for all.
People from outside the city are coming in, spending their money here in hotels, restaurants, buying products. So leaving outside money in the city.
Table 10.
Over on the west end of the city, business is booming for the Canadian Brew House. The bar manager tells Newcap they have been busy dealing with several massive reservations from different oil companies.
People stick around longer. We're having later lunches, quite longer drinking periods, stuff like that. It's been interesting on how much money these guys are willing to spend in a day.
Harvey says they have nearly tripled the amount of sales when it comes to drink and food specials. He says the added business from out-of-town patrons are also a big boost for employees.
Builds the morale of everybody because everybody has money come in, right? And that's what everybody likes to get. And our waitresses are a lot happier when they're raking in some good dough. So.
It's believed visitors will probably spend several $100,000 during their stay here.
The amount of equipment that's inside and outside, you know that there's a ton of business being brokered.
It's good to get our name out there. We already have stores in Edmonton, but Calgary we're looking to go into as well, and farther into Saskatchewan, which we've had a lot of clients from there come. So if we can build it here with the oil and then take it to the other cities, it'll be nice there as well.
Naramanisa, Newcap News.
As we told you earlier this week, over the past few days, the RCMP had been flying over the North Saskatchewan River. The team has been searching for 3 people believed to have gone missing in the river. Officers went over a 9-kilometer stretch of the river from North Battleford to Nipawin with an RCMP helicopter and ground support, but unfortunately, no bodies were found. The search has since wrapped up, but the public is being asked to keep an eye out well near the river for anything suspicious floating in the water. For the last 6 months, local students and community members have campaigned against flavored tobacco. And today was D-Day, with the group giving their petition against the addictive substance to the Alberta government, hoping for answers. As Mike Baden explains, many people have hopped on board to support the Flavor Gone campaign.
It's crucial. It's what attracts the youth.
For the past 6 months, Gianna Marin has been traveling the province speaking in support of Flavor Gone.
I feel so proud. It's just, it's so exciting that so many people are happy about this and into it and getting involved with it, and that people are actually recognizing that there's an issue here.
A bill was passed in 2009 banning flavored tobacco products from youth. Since, companies have found a loophole to keep selling the products.
Really, flavored tobacco is targeted towards our youth. Most adult smokers do not use flavored products. 70% of youth that use tobacco are using flavored tobacco products, and most of them are starting with a flavored tobacco.
Earlier in the year, a contest was set up to make a postcard to represent the campaign. Over 4,000 of those cards have been signed and passed on to the Alberta government.
They're going to Alberta caucus on Wednesday, and from there to national caucus. We have to deal with this issue. It's really silly that we have allowed the tobacco companies snub their noses at us like this.
Well, it was a lot of work for the youth. They attended a lot of events, and but I think the end result is it shows that we have a region that really supports this, and we have an MP who's really interested in protecting youth and supporting this ban on flavored tobacco.
To get involved with the Flavor Gone campaign, contact the Canadian Cancer Society office in Lloydminster. Mike Baden, Newcap News.
In an effort to connect businesses with potential job seekers, the Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce is teaming up with Alberta Works for its first job fair. Kelsey Bloxham has more on this week's Chamber Chatter.
There's no shortage of jobs in the border city, but it can be hard to find the right fit on both ends of the equation. On October 11th, the Lloydminster Stockade will be filled with a real cross-section of industries, everything from oil and gas to retail to placement agencies.
The advantage to it, of course, is everyone's going to be there. We've got about 50 companies that are planning to attend, and it's a great way for somebody to actually look at getting, a job placement.
The key to making the most out of a job fair like this one is to bring lots of resumes and leave a lasting impression.
That's really everything, because the first impression really indicates what sets that person aside from the next candidate. Some of these employers might see 12, 13, 14 candidates, and the advantage is the person who makes the lasting impression oftentimes gets the call back.
But that callback may come sooner than you think, with some companies doing interviews right there on the spot.
Good firm handshake when they come in, looks the employer in the eye, has done the research on the company that they're potentially meeting with or talking to, really sets them apart from anybody else, because if you've done your research, it means you know what your career path is for yourself and the potential of what you want to do with that company.
The job fair kicks off at 10 a.m. on October 11th, wrapping up at 4 that afternoon. Kelsey Bloxham, Newcap News.
Well, musical influences can come from all over the world or even the other side of the country. In this week's Arts and Entertainment feature, Gerard Lampow showcases a young musician-songwriter who is on the cusp of a musical genre that he feels with a raw sensitivity beyond his 23 years.
He built his fortune off a three-piece suit, a caravan, and a taste for loot.
He sees folk music as being very broad, but does see himself as a folk musician. Raised in Marshall, his training is classical. He picked up the fiddle about 8 years ago, and that was soon followed by the guitar.
I wanted to play East Coast Celtic type stuff, and so upon learning a fair bit, I moved more into that.
And how is it a prairie lad discovered East Coast music?
I don't know, I've always liked that type of music. Closest I got is a second cousin who's from Halifax.
He feels he may have stumbled on the Celtic feel through the Irish Rovers, but it's really hard for him to pin it down. Justin has a new CD album coming out in the next few weeks.
Out at the end of the month, with any luck. It's called 3 Feet Over, and it is all original songs.
The album will feature percussion work as well as the harmonica and of course the guitar and fiddle.
There's some pretty good high-class harmonica players. For what I do, it's like Murray McLaughlin, Neil Young, that sort of harmonica playing. I like that. Hang on, multinational corporations and mass media publication.
Gerard Lampow, Newcap News.